What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 11 of the Hookshot Podcast. I'm Lucas. This is Rohan. We talk UFC and basketball. And let's get right into it. UFC London is this weekend. Main event, Tom Aspinall taking on Marcin Tybura.
Yeah.
Before we break down these fights, obviously no Paddy Pimblett. He's been the focus of all these UFC London cards, right? And he's injured. I don't know. We're faking an injury. Lord knows what's going on with him. Probably just taking a break after that loss. Yes, a loss against Jared Gordon.
Yeah.
That is a W on his record. But that's unfortunate. It's a big hit to the card. You know, the co-main event's Molly McCann. I know a lot of people aren't big fans of that because she's a shitty flyweight fighter who just gets love because she's British and entertaining and talks a lot. But yeah, the main event is pretty much what everybody's here for. Tom Aspinall making his return after tearing his blowing out his entire knee.
Yeah, he tore like everything. It was meniscus, ACL, all that bullshit.
Yikes. That was against Curtis Blades, and he's coming back a year later. You know, that happened in the July London card last year. He's back in the July London card this year. And yeah, it should be a good one, and it should be ending pretty fast. All right, the main event for UFC London, Tom Aspinall taking on Marcin Tybura, coming back from a big layoff after blowing out his knee, is Tom Aspinall. And this is a tailor-made matchup for Tom Aspinall. I think he runs right through Tybura, most likely gets the finish in round 1 or round 2. You know, if I'm looking at this from a betting standpoint, obviously, is there really value at minus, 500 at this point for Tom Aspinall? I'm probably going to go just Aspinall in round 1 or round 2, probably even round 1. I think that's probably the best odds you can get. This guy's going to starch Marcin Tybura, and that's how he wins this fight, getting it done early. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think this fight ends before the buzzer. I think Tom Aspinall is in a prime position to just get himself back on track after that horrific injury he suffered a year ago. But Tybura is a game opponent, of course, but he's not presenting the takedown threat that Curtis Blades is. He's not going to have to worry about that. He loves to, put pressure on you against the fence, but Aspinall has been, pretty adept at dealing with that. I think he's going to have the striking advantage clearly in this fight on the feet. He should have no problem taking care of him, and I think he ends it in probably 3 rounds, I'd say.
And how do you think he gets it done? KO or submission?
I'm going to have to say TKO. I just think that, in the pocket, Tom Aspinall's striking is just so great. He has great vision of what's coming back at him. And I think he's going to create angles in the pocket once they get close to the fence. Because, I think Tybura is one of those fighters that loves to just, make fights dirty a little bit. So I could see him just getting caught in one of those exchanges. But yeah. I think it's going to be a club and sub situation. And that's why really? I like Aspinall by submission. I think it's around plus 200 right now, maybe a little bit less. I think the speed gets Tybura. This is how I envision the fight. He hurts him up against the fence, drops him, takes the back, and rear naked chokes him. That's my prediction. So Aspinall by submission in round 1 is my guess. But that's early. I could definitely see it playing out the way you say, like with the submission, because he did finish somebody with a submission. I'm forgetting the name.
Alexander Volkov.
Yeah.
He armbarred him, and then he rear naked choked Andrei Arlovsky.
Yeah.
That's what I see. Arlovsky, Aspinall hurt him. Or no, I think he just took him down. But, I see a club and sub here.
Yeah, if he proved that he was able to do that to Volkov, who's, a bigger opponent than him and pretty good on the feet, then I think, he should have no problem doing the same to Tybura, who's just, just lesser.
And Tybura is known for just taking an ass whooping in round 1 or even round 2 and then coming back and putting the pressure on you. Mm-hmm. That's something you can do against lower level fighters, in which he's doing it to, like Greg Hardy. Who else did he do it to? Let me check. I know Greg Hardy was the one that I remember off the top of my head. Hardy beat his ass. That's Greg Hardy, by the way. Former football player, former, domestic abuser.
Yeah, bro.
Not a good fighter, now cut. And yeah, that's Greg Hardy for you. He got absolutely demolished in the first round, Tybura did. And then Hardy made a great comeback. Tybura, he came back and just ground and pounded his way to victory, considering Greg Hardy has no takedown defense. He also did that to Walt Harris. Yeah,
that's the other one.
That's the other one.
Who recently pulled out of a fight.
That was sad, man. He apparently popped for something.
Like PEDs or something.
I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, final prediction, we can both agree Tom Aspinall gets this one done early. Yeah. Moving on to the co-main event, in which we were just talking about Molly McCann taking on Julija Stolyarenko. And I'm not sure you know about this, and I just saw it on Twitter this morning. Stolyarenko was like fainting on the scale, trying to make 135.
Lord have mercy.
This fight's
And
at
this is
125.
Yeah.
This is just tailor-made for Molly McCann to get a knockout, in my opinion. Stolyarenko's fantastic with the arm bars. I think Molly McCann survives that early storm and gets a late first-round finish. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Molly McCann, she needs a really big performance to just pick herself up after falling flat on her face against Erin Blanchfield. So I think this is a great pick-me-up fight for her. I think she should have no problem just putting the pressure on, making it dirty like she does, mixing it up in the clinch with the elbows and the knees. She's going to get this fight done, I think, by finish within 2 rounds.
Within 2 rounds, yeah. I completely agree. If it's not in the first round, I think she gets it done in the early second, but I'm gonna say she survives that storm in the submission threats, probably gets taken down, and scores a late TKO in round 1. This is just tailor made, as I said, for her to just get a finish. Nobody's really interested in this besides the London fans.
Yeah, she does better. I mean, we saw her in MSG when she fought.
Absolutely,
she was just
get
not
absolutely
good,
demolished.
so
But that is a future champion, Erin Blanchfield.
True, I agree.
So you can't really. You can't really blame her too much for that.
But
she showed a lot of heart.
She feeds off of the energy of her her home fans. So I think she gets it done.
Yeah,
easily,
she's got it. She's got it. One more we can talk about that's pretty interesting. Andre Muniz taking on Paul Craig.
Yes, sir.
Muniz is ranked at middleweight, taking on Paul Craig, who's fought at 205 his entire career, I believe. And now he's dropping down to 185. He's going to have to lose an extra 20 pounds. Mm-hmm. I mean, this should be Muniz all day, but you never know. I don't know.
For Paul Craig to be doing this now at 35, and I just haven't been impressed with what he's done in his last couple of fights. It's just been a lot of inactivity when he's in there just with one goal in mind, get him down and get the submission or get pull guard and try to work from there. Like when he just doesn't like to strike. And Muniz's game, like he loves to be on the ground. He's a submission artist himself. So I think this fight will probably be a grappling match, for the majority. I think I could definitely see it, getting a little ugly in the beginning, them pressuring each other against the cage, and then one of them looking to pull guard or getting the fight to the ground. But I just think Muniz is younger, he's better, and he's just a little more willing to engage on the feet. So I think that will play into his advantage for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I've actually made a lot of money off Paul Craig in his last 3 fights. That fight against Nikita Krylov, I actually bet Craig by submission. He got it done in that round 1 by triangle choke. But then I knew, this guy is literally triangle choke or bust.
Yeah, really.
And, I thought to myself, Volkan Ozdemir, he's going to be smart in this matchup. He's not going to fall into the traps. And he did exactly that. Ozdemir defeated him. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, Johnny Walker. How many times? I remember when Johnny Walker was a big underdog against Ion Kudalaba. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
We were at school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, why
There's no way Walker was
And you remember why? It was like, Johnny Walker was like, I stopped using THC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already knew right then he's a different fighter. And Johnny Walker, what's on like a 3-fight winning streak now after that. So, Johnny Walker just absolutely ran through him in round 1, won some money off that. And, I'm going to make some more money off Paul Craig after he most likely gets finished by Andre Muniz because this weight drop makes no sense.
Yeah, that's what it is, the drop in weight. Because Muniz, at middleweight, he lost his last fight to Brendan Allen. It was a close fight, but he got subbed in the 3rd round. But he's a middleweight. He's a natural middleweight who's fought his whole career there. For Paul Craig to be coming down now, he's cutting more weight at an older age. It just doesn't really make much sense to me. And I think the main reason is because he likes the stylistic matchup with another grapple heavy fighter. I don't see it, man, for Paul Craig. But hey, he can get it done. Like he's sneaky, he's sneaky and he's creative. So I could see him finding a way, maybe off of his back to try to.
I don't know. Unless Muniz is exhausted.
Yeah.
I don't know. Muniz is so good with those arm bars.
He really is.
I think Muniz gets it done however he wants inside the distance. I don't think this goes the distance.
I don't think it goes the distance either, but I find it hard to see Paul Craig winning this fight.
And keep in mind, Jimmy Crute, Kamurad, Paul Craig back in the day. If Jimmy Crute's doing that to you, the armbar specialist.
Is he retired or no?
No, I thought I saw something that he wasn't retired. That was weird.
I did bet on Jimmy that fight.
You did?
In a small little parlay I had.
Oh, no.
Alonzo Menafield, who of course got the
Alonzo Menafield. That was interesting. But I'm gonna go Muniz by whatever he wants. Yeah. With UFC London, I feel like that's it. I mentioned no Paddy Pimblett. That kind of sucks. And
it's not the most.
There's going to be violence, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for
Joel
sure.
Alvarez, the return of Joel, fought Armin Sarukian in his last fight, like last year, I think, got absolutely ran through. Yeah, that was February
Ferozion's
2022.
good.
Who?
Ferezion versus Jai Herbert would be a
Yeah,
nice
that'll be
fight.
back and forth. I
Nathaniel
probably don't
Wood.
see a finish.
Yeah, it's a decent card.
Lerone Murphy, Josh Kulabau, it should be fun. You know, some good fights. It should be interesting. But
Yeah,
what
Mark
I'm
Casey on the prelims.
Yeah.
Davey Grant on
yeah,
the prelims.
what I'm really looking forward to though is next weekend's card, and we can just run through it real quick. Poirier
just-
versus
it's
Gaethje
insane,
too.
dude.
It is absolutely
If
stacked.
Paulo can get his shit together and actually fight on this card, bro.
He's not. He's off. You didn't see that?
I thought
There-
like he's been tweeting like
It's him versus Hamza.
when did they announce this?
Check
I
the
missed that.
spinning back fist. I don't think the UFC officially announced it, but apparently it's in the works.
Wow.
And he said he signed it. Paulo Costa.
Bro, if that fight happens, Paulo versus Hamza.
So that's a hit.
No.
That's a hit to 291, which kind of
Yeah.
sucks. But man, those prelims are deep anyways. You know, you've got Stephen Thompson, Michelle Pereira, Derek Lewis versus De Lima on the prelims as well. You could easily slide one of those up to the main card. So, you know, it sucks,
Yeah.
but man, I feel like it'll pay off
This
if
main card,
we
bro.
see Costa Chimaev on 294. But yeah, we could just talk about it real quick. Poirier, we can't talk about it too
Yeah,
much because I want to save some
I wanna-
content. But Pereira, Blachowicz, I mean, it's literally
just a crazy
all up to
card.
Blachowicz if he wants to win that fight. We'll talk about that next week. But man, yeah, a lot of great spots betting wise and just entertainment wise. It's going to be absolutely fantastic.
Yes, sir.
I'm really looking forward to it. And you know, just the streak of pay per views. If we look at the next couple of pay per views, UFC Boston coming up. That's big. What is that? 292.
It's
Yeah.
Aljo and Sean, and then Wei Lee is on that.
Is she?
Wei Lee
Oh
versus
yeah,
Lemos.
Lemos.
Weidman's back.
Font Yadong, Neil Gary,
Ooh, I love
Vera
that fight.
Munoz,
Neil Gary's a
Cody
great fight.
Garbrandt's back. A lot of Chris Weidman's back.
Wow.
After what? Oh my God! After that
I know,
leg.
man. I will never get that out of my.
Yeah.
Rob Font versus Yadong.
Yeah, Yadong's winning that, in my opinion.
That's like on the fucking. Damn, man, this card. Is
That's
great, too.
Yadong all day. I'm
Yo.
laying some chalk on Yadong there, man. I believe in him. I wonder what the odds are for that.
Vera Munoz is just such a disappointing fight. It's just that like
Yeah, it
he
could have
loves
been
beating up on-
Vera.
It's not even his fault, but he just loves beating up on grandpas.
It could have been Vera Cejudo,
I
which
know,
kind of
bro.
sucks, right?
What happened? So Henry pulled out, and he has no. They don't know what to do with him now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still shocked that Aljo beat him, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
so
I can't believe
shocked.
that happened.
Holy
and then UFC 293 afterwards, Izzy most likely going up against Duplessis.
Yes, sir.
And then 294 we just talked about. That's loaded.
That's
and then
the city kickboxing card 293. They got everybody. on that
Yeah.
shit.
294, Hamzat Costa just added to him. Makachev versus who? I really don't know. You know, Charles
Yeah.
Oliveira.
They
pulled
were
out.
saying Leon maybe.
No, it's gonna be Leon Colby, bro.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't want Leon to fight
People think
Islam.
Leon could get it done though. He's got great takedown
Yeah,
defense.
I think he could too. I think he could beat Islam. I just don't want to see it yet. I want to see Islam Volk too.
That's
I
what you
really
want?
want to see that shit.
you think that'll happen?
And I think it could happen. I think like Volk wants to fight.
He just
Ilya.
got surgery though.
Yeah, he's gonna be out a while, right? 6 months or something, or a few. I don't know, something like that. But I think he'll probably fight Ilya. But after that, if they can't find, I don't know who's. Everybody's scared of Makhachev. That's really the problem.
Yeah, that is the problem. And then 295 finally, John Jones, Stipe Miocic here
sir.
in New York City.
Dude.
I'm gonna do everything in my power to get
Yeah,
to that
I was
fight.
like, yo,
Holy shit.
imagine that's his retirement. I feel like it in my mind. It's like the retirement fight,
Bro,
for him.
I just have
'cause,
a
like it's
bad.
at home.
I have a bad feeling
You
Stipe
think
is gonna
Stipe's
win.
gonna win? Yo, because Stipe said he's gonna do whatever he wants to John Jones. I'm like, yo, Stipe.
I have a bad
Stipe.
feeling, bro, because
Nah.
look at that John Jones Cyril Gane fight. That was tailor made for John.
It wasn't much of a fight, really. It was like-
That was tailor
it was
made
2
for him,
minutes.
bro. He looked horrible on the feet. I can't get that out of my mind.
I
Tell me
gotta
I'm
rewatch-
wrong.
I gotta rewatch that
Bro,
to see.
he looked
That's to see that he looked horrible. That's
God
crazy.
awful. God awful on the feet. God awful.
Well, a lot of that also, like he made the jump to heavyweight. He did all the weight building and the muscle gaining or whatever, the bulking up, and then he immediately fought. So now he's had a little bit of time. You know, he's a natural heavyweight by the time he fights Stipe months from now in December. He will be a natural heavyweight. So he'll
November, I
have
think.
time. Yeah, so he'll have time to get accustomed to that. But I'll have to rewatch to see the striking because I can imagine that it wasn't the best. Just him, you know, being at that weight for the first
it
time.
was super sloppy, man.
But,
But
Gane is also not like somebody that's gonna evoke like a lot of striking creativity because he's
Yeah.
pretty boring himself. Like,
fair enough.
Um,
But yeah, these next pay-per-views,
Yeah,
super
man,
excited
it's
again.
that.
Maybe we get McGregor at the end of the year. I don't know how that whole USADA situation is
Yeah.
gonna work. But yeah, not a lot going on in the NBA world. Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, it's completely dead besides Summer League.
Summer League just ended. Cam Whitmore MVP.
Yeah. What was I saying? I'm like, I'm so shocked this guy dropped so much.
Everybody is gonna regret that shit. I feel like
20th. The Rockets fucking.
I said
got
he
a
was
steal.
5th. I looked dumb because in that video.
You didn't look dumb because now he won fucking Summer League MVP.
Yeah,
you don't look dumb at all.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I think he should have gone top 10 at least. I mean, the fact
at
that
least, bro, top 5, bro. I think. Actually,
but
no,
I do
Ausar
like
looked great.
Let me just say that draft class. Like I'm looking at the Summer League performances of people like Kassan Wallace, who the Thunder got at like 10 or 12 or something, like they traded. He looked great. He was like a sniper from deep. There's just a lot of players deep in that draft. Freaking Leonard Miller, who the Timberwolves snagged like late. He fell a lot. He played with Scoot in G League, and he impressed me a lot. I think the Thompson twins look great for Ausar, especially because he was the one playing. For sure. Got hurt. But yeah, I think this draft class has the potential to be really, really, really deep. And really
yeah.
Good,
what did I say? From
the
jump?
You did. You said top best draft class.
Even Brandon Miller, you know, he started out rough with those fouls.
Yeah.
But he really came through towards the end of Summer League, man.
Same.
I think he's gonna be great.
Yeah, Victor and Brandon, they both struggled in their respective first.
And then Scoot only played one and got injured, right?
He got injured as well.
And then same with the men.
Yeah, they got injured the same.
But Ausar looked fantastic.
He did. Man, his playmaking, Asar's playmaking next to those like Detroit bigs who I think they just gave an extension, Isaiah Stewart. They got Jalen Duren. They're gonna be eating.
They have so many fucking big men, bro.
It's crazy. I don't think.
Do they still have Wiseman?
Yeah, they still got Wiseman. He was getting made fun of so much for playing Summer League in year 4. I'm like, damn.
Wait, Wiseman was playing Summer League?
Yeah, bro. He was like.
I mean, it makes sense because he was out for a little bit, right?
he's been injured a lot. He's always injured. So I think it makes sense.
Might as well get him some playing time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Imagine if he got injured during Summer League. That would have been bad.
But nah, I think Summer League was pretty fun to see all those young players.
Oh yeah,
it
was great.
Getting some experience. I think probably the most impressed I was with somebody, I would say Olivier Maxence Prosper, who the Dallas Mavericks drafted. They had a pretty good class. They had Lively and Prosper, I think, with their like little lottery picks or around the lottery, and they both look pretty good. So hopefully,
I was really impressed with Isaiah Mobley of the Cavs.
Yeah, his brother.
Even Imani Bates, but Mobley, man, really.
I think they won the championship.
They did. Yeah, Mobley looked incredible, man. That guy, he can be a force. When did he get drafted?
I think the year after his brother. So last year.
Wait, it wasn't this year?
No, I don't think he was drafted this year. I think he was on the G League this year, but I might be wrong.
Was
I
he?
could be wrong.
Let me see. We're doing research, folks. Live research. 2022 second round pick 49. He's 23 years old, and he looked absolutely incredible. He didn't get any playing time last year for the Cavs, though.
No. But the Cavs are looking for somebody to fill that, 5th starter spot. I don't think that's
a
reach.
Him and Bates should both be getting playing time.
Yeah, I mean, I think Imani Bates is definitely one that, a lot of current players have taken under their wing because they see something special in him with the scoring ability, the ability to put the ball in the basket. But the thing with him is he can't get the tunnel vision, which he did because he had one game where he went like he took 18 shots and had no assists or some shit. Like he does get tunnel vision sometimes, but his natural ability to score is just very, very good. So I think he has a decent future as well. But yeah, I'm excited to see all these players in the regular season now. We got a lot of time now, but yeah, it was good.
Yeah, Summer League was definitely super exciting. But one thing that really stuck out to me when it comes to the NBA world recently, Joel Embiid was on I don't know what the event was. It was something, maybe
some uninterrupted event.
Something,
He was talking to Mav Carter.
And he said, I don't care where I am, paraphrasing here, I don't care where I am as long as I can get to a ring.
Yeah.
And, I do this a lot on this podcast where I credit myself for calling things. But how many times did I say, watch Embiid come to the Knicks? It's going to happen. And am I doing... Remember last year, I was big on this Donovan thing. I'm really confident this happens, man.
Can I tell you
Embiid's
something?
coming. He's coming.
Let me say this. First of all, after he made the comments, and listen, I'm a Knicks fan. I would want nothing more in the world for Joel Embiid to come.
That would be perfect for you.
But let me say, it would be the best thing ever.
That's his favorite player, by the way.
Listen, favorite player, favorite team. You can't get back. But listen, he walked the comments back on Twitter. He was like, "Oh, I'm a troll." He was saying on Twitter, and just Joel Embiid's relationship with the city of Philadelphia. It's just very, Kobe, LA, and Dirk, Dallas-esque. Like he is Philly's athlete. Like they love him.
But what if Harden goes? Then what?
And that's the thing.
You think he's gonna stay? He's not good enough. He's not like LeBron who can fucking carry a team.
I don't think. I think a lot of this Harden. I mean, a lot of this is gonna rest on Daryl Morey's shoulders.
Sorry, go ahead.
He said, okay, so he said these are his words. He said, I'm not going to do this. Was like yesterday. He said, I will not trade James Harden unless we are getting a star player back. If we're not going to do that, then I won't trade him. He said, I will not trade him. And he doesn't have to because Harden's under contract. And, he's still buddy-buddy with all his teammates. It's not like, Embiid publicly said, I love James. He's a great friend. I hope his mind can be changed. So it's not like he has a bad relationship with his teammates. It's more the front office. And there were reports that Morey and Harden's relationship has been sort of fractured, which is, news considering they've been a partnership since the Houston days. So I don't know, where this is going to end up. I think the Clippers is his focus.
Well, then Harden's not going to get traded, man, because the Clippers aren't going to trade Paul George. Clippers aren't going to trade Leonard. Who are they going to trade?
I feel like there's a possibility, and hear me out, bro. I feel like there's a possibility that Daryl Morey convinces the Clippers to trade Paul George back. Just out of,
no, bro.
James Harden's on an expiring deal.
Harden and Leonard aren't going to. No,
I think, bro, if the Clippers are desperate and they've seen that this Paul George Kawhi experiment has not really produced the results that they've really wished for. It's the injuries. You can blame it on whatever. The injuries, the inconsistent play, Kawhi's never on the floor. Whatever you want to call it, the coaching, Doc Rivers in the bubble, they blew that 3-1 to Denver. Bro, they can't get over the hump with this duo. It's been 4 or 5 years now, and it's the same story every year. So I feel like, Daryl, out of all the GMs, there was a story of him talking to Sean Marks last season when they were making the Ben Simmons trade. He was like, yo, he was like cursing at him. He was like, yo, stay on the fucking phone, because he was determined to get that deal done. So I think, if there's anybody that can do it, it's him. But I don't see them making a trade for fucking Covington and Mann and Powell.
He's probably going to stay.
Then in that case, then Joel can
This Sixers team is not going to win anything in the near future. I'm sorry to break it to you, bro. They don't.
Agree.
And let's say James Harden gets traded for nothing, for picks or something, or depth, bro. What is Embiid and Maxey and depth gonna do in the postseason? Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, 1 hour ago, James Harden removed Philadelphia from his bio.
And you know what else I just saw on Twitter that I was gonna mention?
What?
Daniel Cormier, to switch back to UFC, said people are going to be very disappointed with Islam Makhachev's next fight. So before we wrap it up here, let's brainstorm. What could we be disappointed about when it comes to Islam's next fight? No, Beneil just got fucked up. Stop. No, if that happens, I'm
disappointed. I wouldn't really be disappointed at any contender.
So it's not going to be Volkanovski. We know that.
No, that's not.
It's not going to be Poirier. Not going to be Gaethje. It's going to be Michael Chandler.
That could happen.
No, he's coming off a loss.
Again, if Michael Chandler is the opponent, I wouldn't be mad.
Sarukian.
No way.
Oh my God,
no way,
bro.
There's no way.
Okay, but think about it. Think about it.
Let me look at these.
No,
I gotta look at.
Think about it. No, let me talk to you real quick. All right, you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Are you listening? Okay, look. Cormier saying we're going to be very disappointed, right?
Yeah.
That means we're not getting Volkanovski. That means we're not getting Leon Edwards. That means we can't get Charles Oliveira because he already ruled it out.
Yeah.
We can't get Poirier versus Gaethje because they have a fight coming up. Beneil Dariush coming off a loss. Chandler coming off a loss. Fiziev coming off a loss. Gamrot. No one wants to see Gamrot fight. Arman Sarukian versus Islam Makhachev is the fight, bro. They had an insanely...
He's ranked 10th. Like, they can't do that. That's not allowed.
He's ranked 8th, bro. Ranked 8th.
He's ranked 8th now?
He's ranked 8th.
What? I'm looking at the wrong fucking...
I think I'm... How much money you want to put up? Let's do it. Let's bet right now.
But
that's his next fight.
Sarukian, dog?
Sarukian Makhachev. Watch. Let's see.
Sarukian's beat fucking Joaquim Silva in his last fight. He's going to go from Joaquim Silva to Makhachev?
Watch.
Yeah,
when that shit gets announced, you're going to be like...
Ismagulov and Gamrot.
We're running this back.
He lost to Gamrot, too. I remember that fight. Bro, nah, bro. That can't happen. That can't happen.
It's going to happen. How much you want to bet? Let's put money up. Sarukian versus Makhachev. UFC 294 headliner. Watch.
Headliner, bro.
Headliner. But bro, think about it. Do you remember their first fight?
I don't. But
insanely close.
Really?
Insanely close between Makhachev and Sarukian.
So then maybe that makes sense. I don't ever remember them fighting, so that makes sense.
I'm
then in that case I can see it. But
it's gonna happen. Run this back. Run this back when it happens.
They would be disappointed in that though. The fans, the masses would be disappointed.
The masses.
That's crazy, bro.
The masses.
That's
they
wild.
were. But yeah, I feel like there's anything else you want to talk
looking
about?
At the possibility. No, man, I'm just excited for this for the next week's card. Not even this card. This
we're
good,
already looking forward to it.
But yo, if Makhachev fights Sarukian, I don't think that would. Damn, bro. The UFC is okay with that being a headliner. That's their draw.
What, Makhachev Sarukian?
I don't know how many pay-per-view buys that's gonna do.
I mean, maybe Colby Edwards is on that. Maybe.
Yeah,
it's either gonna be that or MSG. I hope it gets pushed to MSG, bro. Imagine Colby, Leon, Stipe, Jones on one card.
That would be wild. I would be a great fucking.
Bro, those tickets though.
Yeah, no. And the tickets to any John Jones fight, but I think they're gonna have to make another headliner. That's a co-main fight, Islam versus Sarukian. That's not a headliner, bro.
So you think Colby Edwards is gonna be the main?
Bro, if they can get that done, what's the deal with Colby though? Because like he's been kind of MIA recently.
It's Colby Edwards, bro. That's the fight.
It has to be, but
no, it is. It is
yeah.
the fight. It's just they don't know the date yet. I guess they're still figuring that out. But that's really all we got for y'all today. I'm really looking forward to this. We're gonna have so much content coming out. You know, these past 2 weeks, you know, we've been going a little slow. Not too much to talk about. Hopefully, trade news in the NBA starts heating up, and at the same time, we're gonna see some banger fights. Really looking forward to it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 12?
12.
12?
It was 12.
Of the Hookshot Podcast. Signing off, Lucas Rohan. Adios.
Peace.